Okay, so I just quickly go over my very basic trade model. So I'm just recording this one for my own reference. Actually, I'm not going to utilize the multilingual feature, which is this one, Chinese and Japanese, and just go back to English. Indeed, I'm going to make it much simpler, like this one. You see, I just chop off almost all the input details. I just keep the open and close, and I just chop off the volume, something like that. And basically, it's going to be in 4 major parts, which is the market data, like open, hello, close, and the strategy. The strategy class, which is like, in this example, is going to be entry-level strategy, which is the moving average crossover. So you have the SMAV, which is the short-term moving average, long-term moving average, and then for these data, the uptrend day, downtrend day, uptrend count, downtrend count can be done in one line of code in Python. But if I do it in Excel, I have to do. I don't use macro. I only use the Excel formula. I have to do 4 columns like this. And the third part is kind of like a hybrid. It is the signal, okay? Because I have to receive a trade signal to trigger my point to buy stock or sell stock. And the last part is the hardest part, which is the portfolio class. The portfolio class is basically tracking the opening balance of my cash and the ending balance and the position. That means how many stocks I'm holding and how many cash I have to buy, how much stock, and I have to sell when whatever trade signal comes out. Indeed, this one, it is a blueprint for me to create my own program in Python. And indeed, I create another one. Not this Control B, going to load quite a bit. Oops, got a graph also. Okay, so it's going to be like this part. You see the fields, which is the column head. It's about the same as my Excel file. But today I'm going to create the Excel file first. Let's just move on. So let me stick my USB to my computer first. Okay, so just open up my USB. Just going to create my file here. Right click, new Excel file. So I just called it moving average crossover. Okay, MCO, moving average crossover. Before we start creating anything, we just need to define some terms. Okay, so the very first one is how much cash we need to put up front. Let's say $10,000. And the next one is the definition of short term. So I just called it short underscore win. And for the long term, long underscore win. Wow. Okay, so just give it a day, because I can always change it later. Control Shift F3. Because I can select the left column so that I can name the B1, 2, 3 with A1, 2, 3 at the same time. And when I select B1, it's going to be called initial cash. When I select B2, it's going to be short win. I'll do that with another one also. So I need a lot underscore size long, because every time I can change the number of lots that I'm going to buy stock. Usually I'll just use it for 1, but sometimes you can change it to 2 or some of 3, so that the strategy can be more flexible. And I do lot size short, and the number of stocks per lot. So it's contract size. So for my case, it's going to be 100 stocks per lot because we need that when we execute our order. And I'll talk about it later. This time, select all three, Control Shift F3, and then pick the left column. Okay. So this time we have lot size long, lot size short. Control S, save it. Then starting from the 7th row, we can start. The very first one is a trade day column. Since our strategy is based on a moving average, we need to keep track of the trade day number and the date and then open, hello, close. But in this case, I'm not going to include the high, low, and volume because we don't need that, and I just want to keep it short just for demonstration purpose. Instead of doing 1, 2, I'll just do rows A8, and then we can just scroll over like this. And before we do that, we need to select all the data and then Control T to make it a table. And our table has headers. The header is this one, trade day, open, close there. It's the column header. I want it to be nicer, like this. Okay, and we need, for this case, I'm going to get like only 32 columns. And then I go back here, click, so I can have the sequence. You will have way more rows than I do. In this case, I'm just showing like 30 examples. I just copy the data because this is just the market data. Like you're going to download CSV from Google Finance or whatever source. So in my case, I'm going to copy these stuff. I'm just copying these stuff, the market data from my example. Control. Oops. And I'm going to change the date format. Control 1. So I'm going to shut down this one. I just give it a name, strategy. And the first one is the moving average, which is, so I'm just give it a name, SMAV, and the long MAV. Okay, and we just use this formula. You don't really pay attention to the formula that I use here because there are many ways to do the same thing. So it's just my preference. So if the trade day is more than or equal to the long window, which is the one that we use to calculate the long-term moving average, then we start calculation, whatever. Otherwise, we put 0. So you do it like this. Usually I just do calculate, and then I'll just take a look at what we have. So from the 7th day, as we need to calculate the short term, which is these 3 prices. Alright, let's get back to our backtest simulation. We need to calculate the short term average, which is 3 days, starting from the 7th trade day. So let me change this one. So it's going to be an average of D12 to D14. Okay, so it should be D12 to D14, right? So the last 3 days. But instead of doing like this, I prefer to use this one, indirect something with current close. Inside the indirect, row of this one minus the short win plus 1. Because every time I have to shift 3 cells from the current cell and then plus 1 because the first row is 1. So I just plus 1. Okay, so this one, let's go close the bracket. Oh, how come? Okay, you know what? This is only the number part, and the indirect is going to wrap around D, okay? And the number part, which is this one, the number part. So this time should work. And then it's rather easy because we can simply copy and paste and change the short win to long win, the long-term average. So let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So this one should get 6.1396. 1396. And the next one is the uptrend day. So we need to define that the day, because in this strategy we need to define whether the trade day is in uptrend or downtrend. Okay, so we use the if. So it's very simple. If the current day's short-term moving average is more than the long-term moving average, then returns 1. Otherwise, just make it 0. And we do this for the downtrend day also. So just copy and we just change, because when the long-term moving average is more than the short-term moving average, we treat it as a downtrend. When a 3-day average is going way higher than the 7-day or 250-day average, that means in the short run there may be an uptrend. Vice versa for the downtrend. We need to count the uptrend. So before we count the uptrend, I'm going to create a little formula to help me look up for the previous day's uptrend count, because we will count the first day and the second day, third day, 1, 2, 3 as well. Okay, so let's just do index, and what we're looking for is the uptrend count, the whole column. That's why we remove the @ sign, so you see the whole column. We're looking up for the whole column. Alt Enter, and then we use the match method. What we use is the trade day. Okay, we use the trade day -1, which means the previous one. So if I'm in the second trade day, I'm looking up from the 2 - 1, which is the first trade day, and it's going to look up for the uptrend count column. So the lookup array is going to be, select this one. I don't need the @ sign, so it's going to look up from the whole trade day column, comma, and the match type is 0. Okay, Alt Enter and close the bracket. You see NA because this is the first one, but we will use an if formula. So actually we don't need to save this column. Save this formula. Just Control C, copy it, and then Control F3. We just create a new formula. We call it get previous uptrend count equal Control V. We just copy, just paste the formula, referring to the previous trade day's uptrend count. So we can start. So if bracket, we use and to include both conditions. If uptrend day is 1, which is an uptrend, and the trade day, trade day number is more than 1, comma, then we use the get uptrend previous uptrend count. So we count the previous row plus the current uptrend day, which is 1 if it is an uptrend, okay, comma, otherwise return 0, close bracket. So let's see. So we have the first uptrend day, we have the uptrend count equals 1. The second uptrend day and the uptrend count becomes 2. So up until the 13th day. The 13th day is not an uptrend day, so it becomes 0. And it starts counting again. Okay, let me see. Okay, now we do the same for the downtrend count. Downtrend count. And again, we need the formula, the get previous. So we do Control F3. We simply copy and paste this one. Just copy and copy. And then we do get previous downtrend count. And then equals Control V. And what we need to do is to, for the index one, we are not looking up for the uptrend, but we are looking up for the downtrend. Okay, close it. And then we can simply copy the one from the uptrend count column and change. If the downtrend day equals 1 and the trade days is not 1, the previous downtrend count plus the downtrend day. Okay, so we get only the first downtrend day. Okay, this one is also the downtrend day. Okay, let's move on. Okay, let's get back to our model. So the next one I'm going to create is a trade signal. We need this signal to bridge our strategic data and our portfolio, cash balance, and the stocks at hand. Let's say if we want to initiate a buy instruction, so we are going to trigger a buy signal after the first day of uptrend. So when we see there's an uptrend, the next day, which is the day after the first day of uptrend, we will start buying at the open price. If get previous uptrend count, previous day's uptrend count is 1, comma, then what we do is 1, so we trigger a buy signal. Okay, otherwise, if get previous downtrend count, if the previous day is the first day of downtrend count is 1, comma, then we trigger a sell signal, which is a -1, comma, otherwise put 0. Close the first bracket and the second bracket. For the first day, you can see an error because the first trade day has no previous day. Let's wrap around everything. If everything in between is an error, then we put 0. Then we close bracket. Let's see. So this one is okay. And we can save it and move on. So we called it a is an execution. So this one is a post delta. And the next one, so the post delta is the change of position. In this case, I'm doing it long only. So the position change in the cash delta, the cash change. The cash change means because when you buy stock, you pay money. When you sell stock, you receive money, right? So that's easy. And the next one, let's go one and add a border. Next one belongs to portfolio. The begin balance. A begin balance, I mean cash balance, and the end balance. And we need an open position. Oh, excuse me. I think I'll stick to my convention. Begin underscore balance. And the end balance. So it's open position and the closing position. Save it. So let's talk about the situation when we buy stock. How much we need to pay when we follow the buy signal, which is 1. So I just add 1 is buy. -1 is sell. Okay. Oops. I know why. I need to put a hold sign. Too bad. Because I have this one. Yeah. When we see a buy signal here, 1, if we actually purchase a stock, we are going to increase the number of our holding. Our position will be +1 or 2 or whatever. So it is controlled by the variable lot size long, right? And when you sell the stock, the position delta will be decreased by the number of this one, lot size short. It can be 1, 2, 3, or so it's up to you. But in this case, I'll just use 1. We need to make sure for the first day, we have the initial cash amount, $10,000. But after the first day, our beginning balance equals our previous day's ending balance. So again, I'm going to create a new variable, and I can simply copy the previous formula from whatever get previous formula we did before. So this one we call it get previous end balance. Previous. And it's also indexing with trade day. So we don't need to change the one, we don't need to change the later part, but just change this one to end underscore balance, which is this one. Okay. Close it. We also need similar get previous formula for our ending position. I know this is a little bit of abstract, but yeah, that is the hardest part for the trade system, at least to me. Okay, so we need to get previous and post. Similarly, equals the one we just copied, but we change this one, the one after index, to n underscore position. The position is this one. It is just the column head of the n position column. Okay, then we can start. Hold on, I'm not sure if I have pressed the button. Yeah, okay, we are recording. Okay, so we take care of the beginning cash balance first. It equals if the trade day for the first day. If the trade day equals 1, which is the first day, the beginning cash balance is our startup capital, which is the initial cash, comma. Otherwise, if the trade day is not 1, it's more than 1. So that means it's not the first day equals 2. Sorry, it's more than 1. Then our beginning cash balance is the same as our previous day's ending balance. So we get previous ending balance. Otherwise, comma, enter, it's 0. Okay, so it should be fine. Is it okay? Let me see. Yep, you see 0 here because we haven't calculated our ending balance. And the ending balance for the current day is easy. It's equal to the beginning balance plus the change of that day. Okay, so it is the cash delta. Okay. Once you get everything done, you will see the result. So at least at this moment, you won't see anything happen. For the opening position, it's very similar. So I just copy the one from the beginning balance. Instead of the beginning balance, the initial position is 0. I just assume it as 0. You can put in whatever number. If it is more than 1, it is not the first one. So we need to get the previous position, previous day's position. Okay, so it is this one. You see 0 because we don't have anything yet. And the end position is very similar. It's the current day's opening position plus position delta. Then when we finish the current day's position changed, post delta, and the cash delta, then we will get everything done. Okay? Let's do it here. Because we need to include the table name, so we just retry the process before. Like we pretend that we are going to buy, we're going to pay cash, right? So it's -1 times table 1, because everything is inside table. What is inside the table 1 is the opening price times lot size long times contract size. So this is the amount that we are going to pay. And since we are paying out, so it will be a negative cash flow. That's why we multiply it by 1. Okay, and we do it again. Control F3. New, we just execute by order. Just give it a name, whatever name you want. Equals Control V. So we just check again. Okay, right. Okay, this one is good. Close. Actually, we are selling for the sale program. I mean, for the sell order, we can copy the buy order and change it a little bit. Okay, execute sell order. It's going to be equal to instead of lot size long, we are going to do lot size short. And it's also in the opening. We don't need a -1 because we are getting money. When we sell stock, we are getting money, right? So it's +1. Close. Okay. So we can start. Okay, you know what? I just made a big mistake. Anyway, we can get back to our model. And for the position, if we receive a buy signal, and we have enough cash for us to buy, then we'll add up position, right? So our post delta, our position delta will be positive 1. Okay, so if and trade signal equals 1, which means that we receive a buy signal and we have enough cash, which is the absolute amount of the amount that we are going to pay, because we need to make it positive number, right? So we take ABS, absolute value. It is less than or equal to previous day's ending balance, which is also our beginning balance. That means before we buy anything, we have enough cash. This is one of the assumptions for the long only strategy. It is for traditional stock trade, okay? And it is get previous ending balance. So we make sure we receive the trade signal and we got enough money to buy stock. Then we will return 1. We are going to buy, sorry, it's not 1. We are going to buy long size long. Oops. You know what? I see. So we are going to buy how many stocks? We are going to buy the amount determined by the lot size long. We're not calculating the contract size here. We just include that in the amount that we pay, but not the position that we hold, okay? When we receive a sell signal, I'm getting lazy here, so we just Ctrl V. When we have a trade signal equal to -1, which is a sell signal, we're not going to compare the amount, but we are going to compare the positions, because we need to know whether we have enough stock at hand for us to sell. So we need to make sure that our lot size short, which is the quantity of stock that we are going to sell, is less than or equal to the previous position. So we need to make sure that we have enough stock for us to sell when we see a sell signal. Then we are going to sell lot size short, quantity of stocks. It's determined here. See, you can always change the number in these two variables, lot size long and lot size short, because you may want to buy less when you see uptrend and you want to sell more when you see a downtrend, whatever. It's totally up to you. Okay, comma, otherwise we have 0. Close bracket, close everything. Oops. The opening position. I see. Because the opening position, it has to be equal to delta to 0. Let's try if error. Wrap everything, then we put 0. If it is okay, yeah, good. Very good. Oh, -1. Oh, you know what? I got something wrong. Even when I see a sell signal, I still include 1. I still add 1, which is not correct, right? So let's go back. We have to do a -1 times lot size short, and it will be way better. So that for this day, the 20th day, when I see a sell signal, I have to sell my stock because I have one lot at hand the day before, and for the current day I see a sell signal, so I'm going to sell one lot, okay? And it's at the end of the day, it's going to go back from 1 to 0. Okay. Then for the cash delta is rather easy. If position delta is more than 0, which is when the position delta is a positive number, that means we are buying stock, right? So we have to put -1 times opening price, because we are buying at the opening price, times the lot size long times contract size. Otherwise, just getting lazy, when the position delta is less than 0, it's negative number, that means we are selling. We are getting positive cash flow by selling stock. We are selling stock at opening price for the quantity lot size short times the contract size, the number of shares per lot. I'll enter. Otherwise, 0. Okay, let me see. It should be fine here. Okay. So I just need some conditional formatting. Very good. So let me quickly go over what we did. For this day, July 5th, this is the first day of uptrend, and we don't know whether we get, okay, so we are not going to buy at that day, but rather we are buying on the date next to it, which is July 6th. So we are going to buy. We are triggering a positive trade signal. It's a buy signal, and we are going to determine whether we have enough cash to pay that 1,150. But since we have 10,000 to start, at the beginning we have 10,000 to spend. So we go ahead with the buy signal. So we have to add a position by the lot size of lot size long, which is 1. Okay, so if you change it to 2, it's going to be different. It's going to be 2,300. Okay, let's change it back to 1. Then we are going to spend 1,150, so that at the end of the day we are going to have only $8,850 and one lot of stock. That means 100 shares. So it's going up, keep going up until the day here, until July 21st, when we see the downtrend comes out. But we can't sell that day, so we're going to sell the day after at the opening price, which is $14.5. And we have to determine whether we have the stock to sell. So at the beginning, we have one lot to sell, and we are going to sell 1 lot. That's why we have enough stock to sell, and we are selling at 14.5, which is the opening price. So we get a positive cash flow of 1450. So 8850 for the beginning. At the beginning of the day, we have $8,850, and we are, after we sold the stock at the opening price, we got $10,300, and we got no stock at the end of the day. We keep this loop going. And at the end of August 11, which is the 4th day, we have $10,400 and no stock at the end of the day. So hopefully it helps, and I'm going to convert this one to Python. But again, I'm stuck in here, the balance, because I'm still figuring out how to do that, how to do the portfolio one in Python. Anyway, thank you, bye bye.